The savanna biome in Minecraft is dry, it's brown, and if we're being honest, it's a little bit ugly. This villager trading hall and iron farm that I built is also very ugly, which makes it the perfect place to build something that is lush and green and vibrant. Let's get started. Welcome back everyone to the Project Nodenium server. We're starting off in my base today, but we're probably not going to be spending much time over here because today I want to build a villager trading hall. Now I already have a basic villager trading hall set up, and one reason why I don't want to keep it is because it doesn't look very good. This is it right here, and just looking at this, it is ugly, ugly, ugly. And it looks ugly because it's built just out of stone bricks. It looks ugly because it's just a rectangle, and it also looks ugly because it's built in a savanna biome. When I was getting this area set up, I did do a little bit of planning for some potential ideas that I had for this area, but now I've done even more planning, and what we are going to be doing is moving the trading hall from being in this building right here, and we're going to go over here to where I've got this iron farm, and we're going to be building a platform up in the sky above this iron farm. But for what I want to build here, we are going to need to do a little bit of work because the build is going to take up quite a bit of space, and we have to do something about this structure. We're going to have to do something about this little zombification area that we created, and we're going to need to do something with the villager breeder. I think what we will probably end up doing is moving the villager breeder underground along with this zombification process, so that way we can just have the villager breeder working in the background but not necessarily be visible. We also have about 22 villagers in here, which are going to need to be moved and kept someplace safe while we're building, and then we're going to have to put them into the new trading hall and probably add a few more villagers too. So I think to get started with this project, what we are going to first do is clear out the space to make room for the new build, and then we're going to go through, get the resources that we need for it, and then finally build it. But if we're going to be digging out a big hole, we probably want to have a beacon for that. So let's go get that real quick. We're over here in the shopping area, and I think we should be able to get a beacon. I just don't know which shop is selling it. It might be these ones over here. And I was wrong. It's actually this shop right here. Let's see. 20 diamonds for a beacon. I can do that. There we go. Let's get the beacon placed. Let's get haste 2 activated. And we're now ready to get started digging. We do need to be careful that we don't dig down too close to the iron farm, because if the hole that we're digging over here is too close, we'll start getting a bunch of iron golems in it, which will then break the iron farm. I also want to be sure that our villager breeder is centered on the iron farm, and it looks like -4805 is the coordinate that we want to be at. So let's head back over here, and we're on -4805. We can dig down right here. Let's see, how far down do we want to go? Probably about to 50, maybe a little bit deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper so we have some room to work with. So let's get this hole dug. We've got a copper vein. I always seem to find these when I'm trying to do something else. I think we just about got this area ready for villagers. The villager breeder, of course, is right here. We're going to need to put some beds in. We're also going to need to put some carrots in. If we go over here, we've got these stairs, which are going to lead down to where the villagers are going to come out. And then we have this system set up to be able to take the villagers out over here. Now, eventually, we're going to have the rail go around like this. It's going to go straight in this direction instead of going up, and that's how we're going to get the villagers from the villager breeder up into where the trading hall is going to go. But since that's all built up, we are now ready to start transporting our villagers down into that area while we're working on the rest of this space. But one thing that I just thought of is that before we move these villagers down into the area where we're going to be keeping them, we do want to move the farmer villagers from the villager breeder into that area, so that way we can have the villager breeder up and running. Let's grab all of the carrots right here and the composters. Put the composters on top of the trapdoors. Plant the rest of the carrots. And let's see if we can get these guys into some mine carts. Let's go there. Okay, that didn't work. Get the mine cart up on the rail. No. All right, push these guys into the corner. Oh, there we go. All right, we've got one. And we now have our second villager in a minecart as well. So now we should just be able to break the minecarts. There's one, There's 2, and our farmer villagers are all in place. That was relatively painless. We've got quite the train of villagers here. I think we might have everybody down in this room, and they should be able to stay nice and safe while we're doing the building. This whole area is lit up, so we shouldn't have any mobs spawning down here. But I think with these villagers... Oh, whoops, what's going on there? There we go. I think with the villagers all down here, we are ready to get started with our main project. Except for one minor detail, we've still got these buildings that need to be moved. Or I guess it'd be more accurate to say they need to be removed, because we're not going to be building these again. They are going away forever. There's one building removed, and the second building has been removed as well. I think the last thing that we'll have to do is just fix up the terrain so it doesn't look quite as bad as it does right now. We'll just place in some dirt here, switch out this stone, pour some more dirt. We're also going to go ahead and take out all of these path blocks too. With all of the cleanup completed, this area is looking a lot better. But we now have some resources we're going to need to collect. I think the one that's going to be the most challenging will be some mangrove wood as well as some mangrove roots. Fortunately, we're not going to have to go too far to be able to collect it because there's a mangrove swamp right over there. So let's get to work collecting up our resources. All of the resources have been collected and they are now in these shulker boxes. You can see here we've got quite a range of blocks. We've got stone, we got leaves. There's a little bit of everything here. But with it all collected up, I think we're ready to get started with the building for today. So let's get this trading hall built. The trading hall is now completed, and I think the combination of the spruce leaves with the deep slate tiles really helps to sell the lush feel that I was going for. Especially in a savanna biome where most leaves are going to look brown and gross. But currently there is no way to get up to where the actual trading hall is without an elytra, so we are going to fix that with a couple of bubble elevators, which are going to be in the base of these pillars here. So I've got some buckets of water, I've got some kelp, along with some soul sand and magma blocks. Let's get these installed, starting with the water. Let's place a bucket of water on the left and one on the right. Then add in the kelp, and then switch out this bottom block for first the soul sand on this side and a magma block on this side. And we're just going to have to do that 3 more times, and that's now done. The next thing that we need to do is add in a system to be able to get our villagers from down here all the way up to that platform there. And I think there's actually going to be a relatively easy way for us to do that if we go inside the tower and take a look at what we've got in here. So there is quite a bit of space, and I think we could actually just have another little water column right here where we can put the villagers, have them go into it, and then they'll just go all the way up to the top. And I think it should be relatively easy to put in. So from up here at the top, I think we're going to take out those 2 blocks right there. We're going to have the villagers come up from this spot here. So let's drop down, build up a little pillar of deep slate tiles. And then we need to dig down to about level 45 5, which should put us on the same level as where all of the villagers are at. And now that we have this tunnel that leads all the way over to where our villagers are, we need to add in a few things. So we're going to do some power rails, which we're going to use to take all of the villagers down this hallway. And then once we get down to the end, we're going to put some glass here. So that way, when the villagers go in, they're not going to damage themselves, because if this was stone, that's what would happen. We're going to also put in some signs right here. And these signs are going to help hold back the water. And then the last thing that we need to do is put the water in and turn it into a bubble column. So I think we're now ready to do a little bit of a test. Let's see if we can get a villager in, which that was pretty easily. And we can see he went all the way down and into the column. Now, what will happen when he gets up to the top? That's what we got to find out. So we've got him right there. I think we could actually probably just break that, and then he will eventually make his way out. Maybe if we do this, will he get into the cart? Nope. Okay, give me a second. So there we go. We were able to use this barrel to get him to come all the way over. Now we can break the barrel and put them... Okay. I've got these barrels, which I was thinking I would use for storage, but now I realize they're going to treat those as workstations. Okay, I'm going to have to take those out and replace them once all of the villagers have trades that they're going to be using. That was a little bit of a design flaw. We've now got our first villager into place. Based on how many villagers we've got down here, this is going to take a little bit of time to get them all up. I guess I better get started. This area has now been cleared out from having all of the villagers that were down here, but we now need to start thinking about how we're going to set up the zombification zone. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have the zombie be down in this area. We're going to turn our villagers into zombies, and then we'll send them up here to be cured. So for this zombification zone, we are going to be basing it off of a design by Chapman Farms, and I've included a link in the description so you could watch their video. But basically what's going to happen is we're going to have our villagers come along this track. They're going to come around this corner and stop right here. We're going to have a zombie right here, which is going to convert them. And then we press this button, which will send our villagers up the track to over here. So this is essentially the setup that we are going to need. It's a little hard to see, but we do have some glass here. It's black stained glass, so it blends right in with the deep slate tiles. We've got this button here, which retracts the piston. And what's going to happen? The zombie is going to be right here. The glass is going to be covering up the zombie until a villager is right here. We're going to press this button, which is going to allow the zombie to attack the villager, converting it into a zombie villager. But as you might be able to tell, we don't have our zombies. So we need to find a zombie that we're going to be able to put into this area. Okay, so it's nighttime. There are a ton of mobs out. We're a little bit in a bad spot. I'm hoping that what I can do is just put a minecart down and get a zombie to go into the minecart. Hopefully not have the minecart get destroyed by one of the skeletons. And no, we're not going to be able to get them in the minecarts. Come on, let's... Oh. Okay, there we go. We've got one in a minecart. Now we just got to cover it up so that way he doesn't burn up in the daytime. And now we can fly off, sleep, and then come back to him. So let's see. It looks like we do still have our zombie over here. This guy was trying to get us with the arrow, but I think this is going to be good. We're going to be able to keep him. Let's see if we can get him a helmet and a sword. Okay, he's not picking them up, but we do have this one coming over here. Let's see if we can get him into a minecart. All right. Will you take a sword? Please take the sword. Please take the sword. No? Well, it's not the end of the world if he doesn't have a sword. It just makes it go a little bit faster. I do think we should name him, so we're going to name him Mr. No Sword, so that everyone will know he is not a cooperative zombie. Now, let's just push this guy along so that way we can get him to drop down into the hole where we want him to stay for the rest of his life. And he's going down and did not go into the hole. Go into the hole. Come on. Let's be a little bit more cooperative here. I think this should work. Let's see. No, it still didn't work. This is so painful. All right, let's just give it one more try. Let's just drop down. There we go. Finally. Whoa, whoa, why are you on fire? What happened to your helmet? Don't die, please. Oh, all that trouble and we almost lost this guy. And we now have all of these rails, so that way we can convert all of the zombie villagers back to just being regular villagers. We've got a couple of different things going on here. So we've got these pistons, which are going to push up the blocks. The villagers, or the zombie villagers, when they come up, they're going to come around and they're going to stop in each of these zones. We're going to be able to put a splash potion of weakness and convert all 3 back at the same time. When they're ready to go, we'll just flip this switch, we'll push them back along here, and then they'll be sent off to go up to the trading hall. We're just going to ignore this block right here because I do have a missing sticky piston, but that's essentially what we've got going on. So let's test it out and see how this is all going to function. First up, let's dispense a minecart. I don't have a minecart in here. Okay, let's get these minecarts added in. As I was saying, we're going to press this button. The minecart's going to go off. We've got the villager right here. Press this button. We should hear him getting attacked. And in a little bit, they'll be converted into a zombie villager. Just gotta keep pressing this button. This is why I wanted to have a sword. I think we've now got a zombie villager. Yes, we do. So we can press this button. That'll send him up and he will go around into this little zone right here. So we now have our 3 zombie villagers right here. We're going to splash them with the potion of weakness, feed them the golden apples. They're going to be then converting back into villagers. And now that they're all geared up, we can start giving them their trades, which is going to be just a little bit of a challenge to get them. There we go. So this guy is now trading us. We'll go ahead and get him leveled up so that we can continue to trade iron with these toolsmiths. And then we can send them off to the trading hall. And there we go. We've got the last of the 3 all in place. So you can see in our trading hall, we've got the toolsmiths along this side. And this is going to be our primary source of emeralds because we can trade iron with them. And it's 1 iron ingot for 1 emerald, which with our iron farm, it's going to give us a lot of emeralds. Over on this side, we have our masons, and these are so that we can get a bunch of quartz because we're going to be using quartz in our main base. Over on this side, we've got some of the weaponsmith and the armors, so that way we can get diamond armor and weapons pretty easily. And then the remaining slots that we have over on this side, I think I'm going to put some librarians, so that way we can get the enchantments that we want. But I think that is where we are going to leave it for today. I will work on getting those villagers added in between episodes because it takes a long time and it's really boring. I'm really happy with how this trading hall turned out. I think it's going to be useful for the projects that I want to do, and it's much better than what I had before. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, see you later.